Hi guys, it's Allie and welcome to a beauty favorites. I used to do beauty favorites all the time and then I stopped, but I figured we are in a new year, so why not start it up again? So I'm going to be listing the things that I liked for the month of January. First thing that I do want to mention, I actually don't have with me. If I do find a picture of it, I will put that somewhere. But I do want to talk about the NYX, it's the NYX CC cream, but it's the green color correcting one, which I think CC means color correcting, but anyway, it's a green one. So I actually did give that to my sister-in-law, so I don't have it with me. It's really, really nice. It comes in like a tube. It's white with like a black cap and it has green on it and it says CC. I have been liking that a lot and I've been using it almost as like a primer. So sometimes I would put a primer down and then the CC cream, or just use that on its own because it was moisturizing as well, but not too moisturizing. It came out as like a pale green, and when you worked it through, it did come down to like almost a nudish color. So it wasn't anything like full coverage, but that slight green hue did correct any redness or anything like that I did have. I have broken out a little bit. I did break out just because my brushes were dirty, and instead of cleaning them, I was too lazy and I was using dirty brushes, and now I'm left with breakouts. With me, anytime I break out, it doesn't usually last a super long time. However, it does leave marks on my skin, so it leaves a little bit of redness or dark spots. So that CC cream I do feel like helped a lot. I also really enjoyed how it felt under my makeup. I feel like it almost, not that it made my makeup last longer, but it kind of just helped the makeup, my foundation at least, go on almost more evenly. I really, really enjoyed that a lot. Kind of sticking to that primer foundation sort of category, I'm going to mention a couple of different primers, and they're actually both little itty bitty sample sizes. The first one that I'm going to mention is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer. This is oil free. I was a little hesitant on trying this because I have had, I think, a sample or a trial size of the regular Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and that one made me break out. But I generally do not have a lot of hydrating primers or things like that because my skin is more combination and it tends to get on the oily side. But now with, you know, the pregnancy and all of that, my skin has been more dry. So I remember that I had this and I used it and I really, really like it. I like that it did not make me break out. I know I said I have broken out, but I know it wasn't from this. And I did like how this sat under my foundation. Now the second one I'm going to talk about is a Too Faced Primed and Poreless Skin Smoothing Face Primer. Again, because my skin has been different than what it normally is, I remembered that I had this and I figured I'd try it. And now I did like this a lot. I don't know why it doesn't get spoken about as much as like other primers, but I do feel like this helped make the foundation stay on a little bit better, and it definitely had a smoothing factor. It wasn't as intense as something as like, not the Professional. It's very similar, but it's almost a little bit more creamy in my opinion, and less of like a slip to it, which I actually liked. I feel like it actually helped with the foundation looking even and just sitting better. These two were my go-tos as far as primers, and the NYX CC cream as well. Those three were like my go-to. Now, sticking with the whole, you know, trying to correct my skin and things like that, I have been using, I'm not even gonna try to act like I know how to pronounce it, Abeel Royale by Guerlain. This is a dark spot corrector pore minimizer serum. It's a little dirty, excuse the appearance. So this is really nice. I do sometimes wear this under foundation. I have a little bit of this on now, again, because I have broken out and my skin, my breakouts, even after they're gone, it leaves like a dark spot or a red spot. So I don't know if you can tell, I think the makeup covered it, but I had a couple on my forehead and a couple on my cheeks. So this I figured was good because it minimizes pores and it does help with dark spots. There are other products that I use to help fade the dark spots, but this one I really do like. It's kind of like a cream. It says serum, but it's like a very, very lightweight cream. There's one pump. Not even a full pump. It's very luxurious. It has like a slip to it, but it also gets absorbed. Now, this does have a high fragrance in it, and generally I tend to stay away from luxury items because a lot of them, in my opinion, have stronger fragrances, and that tends to irritate my skin. So I was hesitant about using it, but I actually do really like it and my skin likes it. So it doesn't leave it like sticky or tacky at first, like until it's fully absorbed. There is a little bit of tack to it, but it gets absorbed fully, in my opinion. I don't know how pore minimizing this is in comparison to other things that are like pore filling, but this is more, I guess, into that skincare category and not so much as like a filler, so it just cosmetically looks good, if that makes sense. I just got a peek at my nails and I realized they're stained with hair color. My nails are always a mess, we know this by now. But yeah, I mean, you can't feel, but it's like a slight, little, tiny, very minimal tack to it, and then it just gets fully absorbed and it leaves it very nice and smooth. It has helped with other dark spots that I've had from previous breakouts. Now that I have these more recent breakouts, I'm going to continue using this, hoping that it will help correct that. The next thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, and I have it in Dulce de Leche. And this, I heard, oh my gosh, I don't know who it was actually, maybe Kathleen Lights, I don't know. I like that it's a big pan. There's this one and then there is another one, and I think there's a couple other ones or maybe one other one, but this one was the one that had more of a yellow base as far as like the highlight or the lighter shade, and I do like the contour color. I have that a little bit on my cheek, under my cheekbone, and on my nose a little bit today. See, this is a contouring palette and I do like it and use it for contouring, but sometimes I do feel like the darker shade is a little tiny bit too warm. Very minimal, like it's not to the point where it's orange looking, but it's more of like a bronzer, I guess. So sometimes I do use it as like a full-on bronzer to give depth and warmth to my face, not just to like create that contour. That I don't go too crazy with like bronzers, and I do like to contour a little bit, and I feel like sometimes those two terms can kind of get a little bit confused. Some people see them as intermixable, but I feel like contouring is where you really kind of define and kind of reshape, where bronzing is adding that glow, and not really glow, but warmth and depth to the skin, if that makes sense. So sometimes I do like to use this as like a bronzer. Sometimes I will go in and actually contour with it. This one I really like. I like that it's more yellow toned, especially because I have more warm undertones in my skin. So I do like this, but I do feel like it's light enough where you can still highlight for me to set my under eye and kind of go down the bridge of my nose, and also just helps sculpt as far as contouring. But I love Wet n Wild, and you get a decent amount of product, and I feel like it's a great little duo. I like it, so I've been using this a lot. Now the blush that I've been going to and I've been liking a lot is actually by e.l.f. and it is in Mellow Mauve. I don't know why mine is like weird and textured like that, but it doesn't apply weird. I don't know if it's just mine or if all of them do that, but it has like a rough little texture to it. I don't know if you can see, but it's right there. It's really nice because it adds color to your skin, and it is mauve, but it almost has like a peachy tone as well. It has a little bit of like a satin finish, so definitely not like full on reflective or shimmery or glittery at all, but it's not like a completely matte blush in my opinion. But I do like that there's a slight peachy tone, but still in that mauve category. It's not super pink, it's not super peach, it's not super mauve. It's kind of like right in the middle, just to add a little bit of color onto your face. I do have it on now. I don't know if you can tell, because I don't like to go too heavy-handed on the blush. I'm not a big blush girl, although I've been using blush a little bit more now than I normally would. But this is kind of like my go-to. It's quick, it's super affordable. I love e.l.f. products, and it's just a beautiful color that I feel like would be flattering on a lot of people. The next two palettes that I'm going to talk about is actually by Studio Makeup On The Go, and they're both eyeshadow palettes. I got both of these in my BoxyCharm, which, if you guys aren't subscribed to BoxyCharm, if it is in your budget, I highly recommend it, because you get full-size products, you get great products, and it's over $100 in products that you get every month. I do a subscription thing every month, so if you want to take a look at those. I also do Ipsy as well. But these two I got from BoxyCharm, and I have to say, these are some of my absolute, like, all-time favorite palettes ever, not just for the month of January. I do have Warm Up and Cool Down. It took me a little while to find the names of it, because I think you guys can see it just has like city names on it, so I'm like, is this the Paris palette? Is this New York? I'm confused. But then I realized it's all the way back here on the barcode, the name of the palette. These colors are absolutely stunning, and I love the actual packaging. I love that it's so sleek and little and very neat. I feel it's not bulky or anything, but it's still very, very chic, I would say. But this is Warm Up, and I have used this a lot. Whoa. I like to bring both of them actually when I am doing a quick little eye look for certain clients of mine, because I just feel like it's so convenient. You have like, I mean, I have blush and stuff on here. You have like this beautiful shimmery champagne color. You have a matte cream color. You have more of a gold. You have like this copper. Great transition color right here. This one is great as well. It also just has a little bit more warmth to it. And I love that there's a black. Super, super creamy. My hands are dry, so just ignore that. But this is perfect for just any type of warm eye look, whether it's a smoky eye look or just a very natural, subtle. This is like the perfect warm tone palette. So pretty. And the Cool Down palette is just as nice, honestly. So these are more cool, but still not like too cool, where it's like straight up grays, you know what I mean? So it's just very flattering hues that are on the cooler side. And again, with this, you can also create beautiful looks, whether it's like very soft and bright but cool using the lighter shades, or you can go and create a smoky look, because it does have darker shades too. These two are like my favorite. I don't know if you guys can tell. These two right here are like my absolute favorite. Let me see if I can show you. I'm gonna swatch that. There you have the Cool Down. And again, you can create so many different looks. So those are some from the Cool Down. These are some from the Warm Up. And I've never heard of this brand before, but really phenomenal quality. I love it. And I love that it's so convenient. I have a couple clients, like I have some clients that sometimes they want like a quick little eye makeup before a night out or something like that. So these I always bring with me, because a lot of my clients let me kind of just do my thing and what I think would look best for the night. And sometimes I want to give them a warm look. Sometimes I want to give them a slightly cooler look with plum tones. No brainer. I just bring these two. So compact and like perfect. The last thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about is actually skincare, and it is the Organic Belly Balm by The Honest Company. For those of you who don't know, but I am pregnant. I'm in my 6th month and I don't have any stretch marks yet, and I'm really, really hoping that it stays that way. I am staying hydrated, but there are so many products out there that are for like stretch mark prevention and reducing the appearance of stretch marks and help with the elasticity. This I did hear good things about, and I decided to pick it up. I am almost done with this. but I love it. I feel like my skin absorbs it super quickly. I love that there are no chemicals or any parabens or dyes or any bad things in there. It's all natural stuff. I like the smell. It's very earthy, and like when you think of that earthy kind of essential oils and things like that, it smells like that. The packaging is so cute too. I'm a sucker for packaging. I do like that you can kind of just like get in there and rub it on your belly or wherever you have stretch marks, really. I mean, I guess you don't need to use this just for pregnancy, but I like it obviously because I'm pregnant. You know, if you do tend to get stretch marks in certain areas, maybe this will help, because I guess the formulation of this is made specifically for that. But I really, really like this stuff a lot. I have tried other ones that I haven't been crazy about, some that are more like lotion, and there are oils, but this I feel like is the right combination of the two, because it's not like a cream or a lotion, and it's not as thick or sticky as an oil. It's like the perfect hybrid, and my skin just really, really agrees with it. Those were the products that I liked for the month of January, and I'm hoping that I will be on top of these monthly favorites again, because I really do like watching them, but I also like putting these types of video out there. And I know I just stopped for a while because there was way too much going on and I had no time to film. But now, with my little bun in my oven, I'm trying to slow down in real life and then dedicate a little bit more time for things like this. So that does it. Let me know what products you liked for the month of January, or if you tried any of these products or anything like that. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and subscriptions and pregnancy updates and all that good stuff. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, be sure to stay happy, you guys.